Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, 1 second. I have to connect my.
Hey, Tex. How are you feeling? Oh, man.
All right, now I can hear you. Hello.
Oh. Welcome, everybody.
Good.
Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
And everyone. Greetings. Greetings, Tex.
Hi, everyone.
I'm just giving it another moment. That's 7. Let's go ahead and kick it off. Congratulations to Sebastian. Was recently voted in as the official chair for the Open Source Committee. Sebastian, in this case, I mean, as is proper, but as is required here, I'm going to pass this over to you to lead this meeting. I do still encourage committee members to be on camera whenever possible. I, in this case, am going to forgo my on camera this week. Unfortunately, I'm not in the best condition, so that's my reasoning for being off camera. But I will pass it over to Sebastian. I did put the agenda in the Discord not long ago. It's a pretty simple agenda. Hang on just a second here. Just trying to make sure I've got everybody. And let me check the calendar.
Oh, man.
Apologies. Okay, so on the agenda, just to read it out, and then I'll let Sebastian take it over here. A check-in from the developer advocates, as is normal. I would like to hear some discussion, even if I'm not hearing it in the moment. I will, of course, catch it back in the recording on the maintainer retainer program interviews, and even if you have some thoughts on selections there. Maybe we'll try not to go too far into the names, but just as everybody reviewed and so on. Let me see if I can kind of make this private for just a second. Okay. This does say confidential, but as it stands right here, I do not believe we have any name listed. So what my main point is if you are reviewing this after the fact, please grab a column and in your notes. So copy a column that has the stars and provide your ratings for stars. I recognize myself and the other people who are present in the interview may not have full responses. I do apologize for that. My ratings for the most part are up to date, but I may have to double check some of those. If you see a question marked in green, it means that that question was asked. If you see a question mark in red, it means that that question was not asked. Again, this is the file name there. I'm not revealing any information as of right now. That's the only reason I'm sharing it. But please definitely make sure sometime this weekend to pop into this and leave a score. I would prefer to have not including myself, at least 3 or more scores from committee members. And then that'll help us kind of push it along here. Sorry, I'm talking way more than I should. Let me just pass it off to you, Sebastian. We'll go from there.
A quick question: where is that file accessible from?
Yeah, open source committee, Possum 2526 programs, maintainer retainer program. It'll be in that folder.
All right, thank you.
And I apologize, I was just spouting off the shared drive location there. So everything is going to be pretty simple or straightforward there. A lot of times it's going to be open source committee, Possum 2526, because that's basically what we're working on right now. The last thing on the agenda is for us to kind of start talking about ideas for how we might rewrite the budget. If someone can just take general notes on that, if we get to that item, that would be great. Additionally, we can forgo talking about it and just start talking about some planning sessions that way, and when we might be able to meet outside of our normal biweekly cadence to do so. But officially, sorry, I took 5 minutes. Sebastian, it's all you, sir.
Yeah, hi everybody. First of all, thank you everybody for letting me to work on this role, this share role. I'll do my best, right? At least for a short period of time, because I think that anyone here can do the same great job. I know that it's a vice chair role that was if I'm right in the how this works, Kambali is in the Kambali was the selected person to work on that. So congratulations. Let's see what happens, right? Well, thank you. So let's make this pretty short so we can return to our other tasks. The first in the agenda, we have developer advocate check-in. So please go ahead and give us a short report about what's happening this week.
Yes, so I'll do the report. Hi guys, for those who don't know me yet, Emmanuel Titi, developer advocate for the Intersect open source office. And for this week, we've had one session that was carried over the weekend. It was a French session by Dan Baruka. It was a virtual session dealing with smart contracts. So that sort of puts us in the language diversity, just targeting the French speakers in this case. This week, we have been working or finalizing on the developer advocate survey or developer experience survey, of which I can share a link with you. So it's open for comments. Okay, sure. Sharing the link. Okay, so that's the link. You guys can also go through it if you have any comments. That will be the place where we can address them before we make a final report to the developer experience repo. From the questions that we were answered, we were able to sort of deduce some of the pain points that the community highlighted and some of the possible solutions that do exist or some have to be initiated. There are a few actionables that we just suggested as things that could be done, most of which will also need just an oversight from you guys if you see anything or you know anything that we haven't documented as a solution. So we'll try to put this in the website, do it as a full report, and maybe point to some of the solutions that do exist, because I noticed that in some cases it's just a matter of people not being aware of some of the solutions to the pain points they highlighted. So yeah, also Bora, I think I saw you on the call, so I would also encourage you to take a look at this because it may also influence some of the things you're trying to do on the Cardano developer portal. So if we can have solutions highlighted there, or finding a way to give users solutions to some of the problems that they are facing, especially in terms of debugging was one of the things that stood out. People are really having a hard time either debugging smart contracts or just general debugging for some errors they wouldn't understand on the node. So maybe us discussing on how we can document some common errors, or finding tools that are very much forward to solve the debugging issues. We have some other smart contract languages that are coming up recently that sort of have this in their radar of things they are looking to solve, like TX3. We were talking with Scala yesterday. They also highlighted as to how they have focused on solving debugging issues on smart contracts. So yeah, just highlighting some of this on the developer portal, or maybe on the DevX where we publish the reports, is one of the things we're looking to do. So yeah, I think that's all. What I would want from you guys is just comments, suggestions, or anything you want to ask. There's a question.
Yeah, Bora. Yeah, go ahead. Bora.
Oh, I think Bora is not able to talk. Tex, can you add Bora to the contributors?
Okay. Let me check here. Yeah, you can try.
Okay.
Oh,
there
right.
he is.
Everyone, can you hear
Yeah.
me? I assume
Yeah,
you do.
we can hear you.
Just taking a look at the pain points really fast to highlight what might be wrong or wrongly documented here before anyone else comments on it. So I see here, for example, that there are no under pain points, I see there are no standalone offline developer environment, but then in the actionables that it is documented that local simulation environments, some name, I don't know, highlights Yasi DevKit, for example. How is that a pain point and an actionable at the same time? Because these tools existing already or is already documenting the fact that these are not pain points.
Okay, maybe what we can do is to I'm gonna post the link to this document, and in the chat we can build the conversation, right? I know you are agree on that.
Bora, just to answer you. So this are the sentiments we got from the community. That's why I was saying most of these are just because they don't know that such things exist. And a solution to that is maybe finding a way to document some of the things that do exist.
Yeah, so the reason I'm saying it is these are already documented, and it is like in the second or third page or section you would go if you actually go to the developer portal. So I can't really understand how it can be documented better. There is actually even literally the same wording is used inside the developer portal for these tools. So just a cryptic, let's document this better. Actionable insight is not productive, right? These are already documented, so I assume it is up to the developer advocates to explore the developer portal better and return with answers in live sessions to these. Like, these are not really complex pain points. These are things that dev advocates would know, I assume. So, but we can dive deeper into this later, maybe off.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Maybe you can just leave a comment there so that we can circle back to it. Thank you. Okay, back to you, Sebastian. I think you're muted.
Sorry. Thanks, Emmanuel, for the info, for the report. I shared in the Discord the link to the document, so you can review it and we can start there the conversation. Thanks, Bora, for the comments. Next point, developer discussed the maintain repair retainer interviews, right? As Tex shared with us, those interviews are in progress. You can go to the spreadsheet, the file, and you can start checking what we have done to this point in the interviews. We have other interviews next week, so you all are invited to attend. Reshma has been there. Reshma has attended several interviews, so he has tried the conversation. So thanks for attending the exercise. So everybody is welcome to attend the next week's interviews and let your impressions and comments about the profiles of the applicants in the spreadsheet. For the moment, our request is just go to the spreadsheet and review the recordings. Those are saved and hosted in the open source folder, in our common folder where we save all the material we need to work, right? So go there and check the interviews. Questions?
Yeah, is there a calendar available for when these interviews are held to be able to join?
I can share with you all the invitations to next week's interviews.
And is this
definitely have to
and also the tools between Google Sheets and all the things we're using? Is the same data represented on ClickUp, or is it separate from what we have in the Google Sheets here?
It's different. Yeah, thanks.
So the base application data for most applicants is in ClickUp. The analysis from the interviews is what is in Google Sheets. So far, there has not been a more full adoption of ClickUp, and it's not the easiest platform, such as Google Sheets is, for us to actively track and see everyone's contributions to the setting. But with the exception of individual documents, the drive is protected to exclusively OSC members and some Intersect staff. But I can tell you, I'm pretty much the only staff member in there. Other staff members that have it for visibility, but they don't ever go and look for stuff. So,
yeah, I understand. Just so I know where to look in most situations. Thank you.
And I have to say, part of reviewing the interviews is to establish if the applicant is the right person to the project he or she is applying. So part of the task, the short tasks, the task you have to do as members is to go check the information of the interviews, check the recordings, and comment if in your opinion the applicant is the right person to, if the applicant has the basic skills and fundamentals to contribute to the project, right? We are not asking a senior developer, but just mainly maybe a junior that can contribute in a meaningful way to the project, right? And start learning with the project, with the owners of the project. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, if we have no more questions, let's take the next information for interviews. Okay, you have to check the several each applicant has assigned his own section, so you have to go to the several sub files that that the spreadsheet has and review one by one. Yeah. Next one in the agenda is okay, to honor I know that Mike is here, and to honor his attendance and time he's investing in attending this session, I would like to give Mike 5 minutes to share with us about what's happening in the security framework of this of Cardano. So, Mike, if you are able, please go ahead and share us what's happening in the security side of your work. And thanks for coming. Mike, are you there? No pressure. Maybe he's in the same spot as Bora. He's last contributor.
Mike,
Yeah.
can you hear us?
He's here. Mike. Okay, no pressure. Maybe at the end. Next point is Intersect planning. This is the thing. Intersect as organization is asking to the committees, all these committees to work on some points in a kind of a quarterly reporting, something like that. Text I can share the general information, and maybe next week or in the next or during the next week we can work on that pretty shortly. I'm of the idea of we need to be the most efficient possible to take this task, right? Invest in the less than possible, but working with some grade of commitment. So related to that, I'm taking the last point. I'm talking about the general planning for a budget rewrite. It's about Intersect planning. Sorry, Intersect planning. We are in the point Intersect planning. The general idea is Intersect is asking for a kind of to the committees to work on a quarterly report. In the chat, you can see they are asking to cover these basic points, right? What we are asking during a committee meeting in June 30, please reserve at least 3 minutes. Okay. The points are key achievements and outcomes delivered during Q2, activities that created the most value, challenges, blockers, or risks, priorities, and focus areas for Q3. Yeah, those are the basic points, right? Maybe in the chat, in Discord, we can get to an agreement to where we can, or maybe we can do that asynchronously. We can figure it out the way, right? But we need to work on this kind of report, right? So for the moment, we can I'm gonna let this in the chat. I'm gonna share this in the. Okay, here we have the document. In this document, maybe we can work on that asynchronously, right? But we need to work on this. So
yeah. The point of this being on the agenda, if we scroll back up here, they wanted us to reserve at least 30 minutes to discuss. I believe on the dates, this can technically be done within the next meeting, but I did want to get a head start. And since there's not much else on the agenda, I figure if we take that 20 or 30 minutes now, then we got 10 or 15 minutes after that to discuss the budget rewrite, which I think is the last thing that I had added to the agenda here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the final point. This is the document of the Intersect planning. We can work on that. And the last point is general planning for a budget rewrite. As you know, this governance process is really uncertain, right, and volatile. So, and we have to be prepared to any final result about the decision that the reps and the committee in general is taking. So, in case maybe I'm wrong, but Tex, you can correct me and I'm saying something wrong. But we need to work on the post scenario where the proposal could be not approved by the community, right? So that's the main point, the main purpose of this general planning for a budget rewrite. Maybe we can take we have to take the original proposal and start to reflect on that, reflect on the comments the reps shared with us about the proposal and the community in general, and create a different document. Yes, thanks.
Yeah. So just to not mix topics, I'm going to go back to the planning document. And even if that's a few minutes of silence, we can work on that. Once we are done, or if there's no other opinions that anybody wants to discuss as they're writing or after they've written it, then we can move on to the budget piece. And if there's time, I did notice that we do have MLabs contributor section there. So maybe we get to them as well, but there's no pressure. The priority here would be get some baselines down for Intersect planning. That way, we can just polish it up in the next meeting and be ready to go.
Great. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. Yeah, I'm jumping in this agenda. Okay. Yeah. Our invitation is just use these minutes because we are being really efficient in this meeting. Just go to the document related to the intersect planning point, and let's invest some 5-10 minutes feeling sharing your opinions about your comments and ideas in that document. If you agree. Let's give this 10 minutes. Yeah, I can take time. Right, for this exercise. And thank you in advance. Yeah, Dominic, you're right. And maybe most of us here, most of the people that are here are just recently selected for the committee. Maybe we we are in the we don't get the volume of comments and ideas we would expect. However, maybe we can make this the people that has been in the committee months ago during Q2 at least. Maybe we can take this document asynchronous. Yeah, you're right, Dominic. You're right. You're right. We have no. Everybody has not the same time here, right? So maybe we can continue. We can continue the meeting. But finally, let's try again. Mike, do you have some insights to share with us related to the security, your work in security? Okay, no problem at all. So I think that was the final item of our agenda. So yeah, I should the next week. Okay. Again, unfortunately, yeah, Mike has some kind of technical problems with the internet connection. Understandable. I have some documents that we'll share for review in the next meeting or two. So, yeah, that's the end of our agenda. Anything else anyone wants to share with us just to conclude? Please feel free to go and text.
Yeah, I'll give this off to Luke here for a moment, but I'd like to hear some more from the other committee members on where you guys are standing, what questions you have. There is quite a bit of work that we have on our hands, and I don't want to be selfish, but I feel like I'm taking on a brunt of it. So if there's anything that I can do to help you be a better contributor in that regard, or there's questions that you still have, I would hate to cut a meeting short when we can still share more information and get more collaborative.
Yeah, you're right. Makes sense. Please feel free to step up and share your insights with us. Yeah, Dominic.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say it's helpful when, as you've done today, you very clearly like, hey, we have people for interviews. Please make sure you review them. It helps a lot to be able to contribute when it's a very clear ask on what needs to be done. Because of course, with these kind of committees and with many objectives, it can become a bit confusing when there's always many things to do, but where to start is the hard part. So it's good when you have, as today, very specific, here's the people that are interviewed, please leave feedback. Having those precise actual items helps a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty useful. Being really specific on what we need and how we can contribute. Thank you. Anyone else? This is the opportunity, or if you feel more comfortable, you can in Discord we can continue the conversation about it. Anyone else? All right, Luke from welcome.
Thank you for the floor. And yeah, I appreciate that this is a very busy time, and it seems like everyone's pretty busy with a budget. But Emma, I just wanted to stop by and ask if there was a status update, because for our CTL and maybe also potentially the Lambda buffers proposals. The reason we ask is because we were pretty eager to start on CTL, and yeah, just stopping by for a status update if possible.
All right. Yeah, we are eager to you and MLabs, your team start the work on that.
Okay, so we can consider CTL accepted then? Do we need to do more, provide more documentation for the Lambda buffers, like perhaps a scoping document? I think we just kind of gave a rough overview at some point to the committee.
Okay, are we ready to take some kind of decision, or the thing is this? Currently today we are taking a final decision, but I think all is in place. In my opinion, all is in place to make the final approval. Right? But the committee members are making a final reflection about the final milestones, but all seems in order to start the work.
Okay.
Just to get some kind of concrete commitment in the course of the day, we will get a final decision, and we'll share with you what's happening in the area, just to be informed and a quick communication about it.
Okay,
If
cool.
you're okay.
So we'll consider CTL and Lambda buffers
At the
mostly
verge
online. Yeah.
at the
All right,
verge
okay.
of approval.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank you.
Thanks again.
Just wanted clarity. Thank you for that. Cheers.
Thanks for coming. Prior to the CTL proposal is approved. It's approved, right? It's in the program. We are talking about the milestones, the shape of the milestones, but the CTL goes. It's a commitment that was a decision that was done in previous weeks. So it's no discussion about that. It's about the shape of the milestones, right? But today we will get a final decision.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
No, thanks a lot. Present to delivery. All right. Yep. Okay. That was our final point in the agenda. Just back, returning to our open source committee. I don't know if one of our members have some kind of final ideas or final comments to make about what Tex was sharing a few minutes ago about I don't know, questions or some request you could have from your role as open source committee members, something like that. Especially the people that is new in this committee, right? Our intention is to help to you make the best experience here as open source committee members. No? Okay, if not, I can say thank you for coming and thanks for your time. Don't forget, Discord is our main channel where we work on several items, and we can make this asynchronously in the most way possible, right? So just stay tuned on Discord, and yeah, that's it for the moment. I don't know if anyone takes you. Do you have some other things to share besides goodbye, and you can go back to your usual journey?
So, if there are questions on this, I mean, just try to keep me busy in the Discord. But Here is a open copy of what we had submitted. I'm not going to worry about character count anymore because we'll likely have to submit a different type of rationale. And as we move beyond this process and I get more information, I'm going to see about the possibility of the OSC submitting a Treasury withdrawal governance action if there is any NCL left over or if there is room made available within an adjusted NCL. But please do consider the OSC budget comments document that we have. The link that I've just shared here is the OSC budget proposal rewrite. I don't want to sound like I'm putting anybody down, but if you're not sure about what to work on at this point, there's a lot of different things. I'm going to be sharing the security incident officer review, or rather mid-year report in the next couple of weeks. That's one of the documents I mentioned. I will also be sharing a bug bounty mid-year report. That'll be another thing to take a look at. Obviously, the budget proposal is going to require some work. We may need to edit this from 1.5 years down to 1 year and look at this holistically for 2027. My goal would be to secure that funding in 2026 to deliver across all of 2027. Again, there are comments for us to adjust that way. There's the developer advocate program. So once again, that's coming back. If you've watched back any previous meetings, you will see that there's been different requests for committee members to visit the project board and leave comments on submissions. I guess I'll pull that up real quick just because you guys mentioned that you like seeing this. So here at Open Source Office, under projects, we have the developer advocate program. And looks like a lot of things are still in progress, but as June is the final month, I do expect that we'll see a lot of these things move from to do and in progress over to OSC TSC review. So once they're in these columns, please do make sure that you give a review as a committee member. And if anybody wanted to take the lead on the final report, we can write something fresh from scratch, or we can again copy from the template that Bernard put together and start doing it that way. As just another piece, because I'm just trying to really share the body of work that we have going on. Here is again the paid open source model. The maintainer retainer program is active. I have a deadline of the 24th to get people under contract. So that is priority number 1, is getting those reviews in right now. Code Force, we already talked about returning to the Treasury. Tooling sustainability, we just had a meeting with MLabs, or had MLabs join our meeting, so we're going to get that rolling. But we're still looking for other tools, and we have until about September to get people under contract. Bug bounty program is moving fluidly, and I expect to hear back from Mike in probably the next meeting or so. If not, I will work on getting a semi-detailed report from him that you guys can read asynchronously. Incident monitoring, again, these two together, we have mid-year reports that are coming. Project support, I'm still working on the backside to get this going. Accelerator is primed for return. We didn't get a full quorum vote on that, but the general consensus was to return that program as well. And that may make the most sense. Travel and events is pretty much complete. If there is anybody that is a committee member that has not yet submitted your invoice for the summit trip, please make sure to do so. But I believe everybody that's here has done that. Developer advocate program, again, coming to a close here. So travel and developer advocates, we're going to basically be signing off those projects as complete, and summary of code was returned. So there's no secrets here. This is the body of work. Hopefully it's understood what needs to be done for each of these here. Again, it's my responsibility to get you the documents for these 2 programs, so I'm working on that. But the priority right now has been maintainer retainer. And then the other priority for funding that we have the ability to spend is under tooling. So again, if you are aware of critical tools that are suffering, please be sure to get those submitted, and we can conduct a more comprehensive review. Backhand, I know that there are some conversations going on around tap tools. I do know that there's another new tooling initiative that I'm trying to work on in the background as well. As much as new tooling may not be considered critical to the ecosystem, it has critical benefits. So I'm hoping for a productive review from OSC should we be able to pull that together. especially as we're around hard fork right now. It's an intra era. But if there's anybody struggling who we can get support to right away, anything that's in the band 3 or 4 is like $2,000 or $5,000. We could get that to them right away. Right now, we're in a position where I can't hit the next milestone because we don't have 5 confirmed projects. So we just need 1 more project to hit that. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to double check exactly. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have questions that I haven't or we haven't properly shared answers to, now is the time to raise that here and in the Discord chat. Okay.
All right. Thanks for coming. And see you pretty soon, especially on Discord. Yeah. Next week on the interviews. And yeah. See you soon. Take care. And,
Take care.
You.
Bye. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.